guys, Roro here, back in a video, and this is going to be the start of a new series I'm going to be doing. It's going to be W3 Weekend Wrestle Wars. Yeah, it's work in progress today. I think I'm going with W-Try, or Tree, or something along those lines. What it is, the concept is, if multiple companies run a pay-per-view on the same weekend, I'm going to review every pay-per-view on the same video, compare the events, and see who won the war that weekend, and pick my 5 top matches from the entire weekend. That's the concept I'm going with anyway. Obviously, I'm going to be breaking this video down to 3 segments, this time because ROH, New Japan, and WWE held a pay-per-view this past weekend. I've just finished watching WWE No Mercy, so this is what I'm reviewing in this segment. So, this is the first time I've watched a WWE anything since WrestleMania. So, you know what? I just went for it. I woke up this morning, today's Monday, saw a couple of results, not all of them, and I was shocked with the results I did see. And I'm going to just go through my review. So this is my review of WWE No Mercy 2017. Right, so we opened the card with Jason Jordan versus The Miz for the Intercontinental Championship. Now, I didn't think this match would be that well organized, because I still believe Jason Jordan is green. You know, I wouldn't say Jason Jordan's like there, because, you know, he's just come out of the tag team division. He's in this really crappy storyline with Kurt Angle, which no one likes. But, you know, he came to this match and he impressed me. He is athletically amazing. Is he going to be a good singles competitor? Possibly. Is he there yet? No. But this was an amazing match. This match blew me away. It was a great match. It was solid. There was a lot of back and forth action. Quite fast paced. I'm like, this is the opening match. This is great. This is what I really like to watch. And I actually said to myself, how is this the opening match? Miz won in a very heelish manner. The Miz Taraj got involved, and Miz didn't need that to happen, but Miz is just amazing. It's just amazing whatever he does, and very worthy of the Intercontinental title. Very happy that he still is the Intercontinental champion, and people know that I'm not a massive Miz fan. Never liked the guy, but I gotta respect him for what he's done in the company, and congratulations to me for, you know, getting Maurice pregnant. Congratulations for being with Maurice in general. The crowd were amazing in this match. The crowd were on fire. They were chanting for The Miz, who was the heel. They were booing Jason Jordan, who is the face. Typical live audience crowd. And I actually gave this match 4 out of 5. I thought it was a really, really good match and fantastic, and it just went really well. The next match on the card was Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt. Now, obviously, this is the SummerSlam rematch. This was man versus man, not Demon versus Eater of Worlds. And again, this match blew me away. It was a fantastic match. These two just really have some great chemistry. What I really liked about this match, that was shocking, was there was blood. WWE does not like blood. And for there to be blood is very, very refreshing. As bad as that might sound, it's refreshing. Now, I really popped in this match because Finn Balor pulled out a sling blade. And obviously a sling blade is signature to Hiromu Tanahashi in New Japan, which I'm very high on at the moment. And, you know, to see a move like that in an E-ring, it popped me. I'm not going to lie. Again, back and forth action. Great psychology in the ring from Bray Wyatt and Finn Balor. False finishes everywhere. I genuinely felt like I was watching a New Japan match. And to me, that's amazing. And it was just a great match. And I gave this 4 out of 5 because it was fantastic. I'm like, hold on, what's going on? This is a WWE pay-per-view. WWE pay-per-views do not put on good matches. WWE does not put on good matches. What's going on here? The next match was the Tag Team Championship match, and it was The Shield, Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. I'm going to refer to them as The Shield because they are The Shield. They're not, you know, versus Cesaro and Sheamus, who are just amazing together. Their chemistry is just fantastic. It's tremendous. Obviously, the highlight of this match was Cesaro and his teeth and more blood. This is the second incident of blood in this pay-per-view. And, man, that happened really early on in the match. And Cesaro carried on like it never happened. The man had blood gushing out of his mouth all over his face. The man's teeth, which has just been confirmed, did not lose any teeth. The teeth went up into his upper mouth. They went up there. Ouch. And the man was still able to perform to the caliber that he did throughout the entire match. Round of applause for you, Cesaro. Round of applause for you. Go get your teeth fixed out. Again, big pop for the sling blade. I think it was Rollins that used a sling blade. I'm not entirely sure. I can't remember. But a sling blade was used again. A pop for the sling blade. It was a great tag match. It was fast paced. It was back and forth. Although it was slow start at the beginning. It was a slow start at the beginning. But once Cesaro got his teeth knocked in, boom, fast paced. It was back and forth. It was great. It was a lot of fun. I'm trying to read my own notes now. Yeah, that's all my notes. Yeah, great match. I actually gave this match a 3 out of 5. Cesaro's efforts, 5 out of 5. He was my man of the evening. My man of the evening was Cesaro for his bloody mouth. 3 out of 5. Next, it's the Women's Championship 5-way. From this point onwards, this is when the pay-per-view gets just shit, right? Just warning you. We had Nia Jax versus Emma versus Alexa Bliss versus Sasha Banks versus Bayley. It was alright. Nothing special. It was a bit of a mess. It was like a bit here, a bit there. There was no more than 2 girls in the ring at any one point. I mean, there was a couple of like tag moves. Nothing special. The best spot, I think, was Nia Jax's apron spot, where she's bouncing on the apron, and I think it was Alexa and Emma were trying to powerbomb her, and Sasha and Bayley drop kicked her off the apron, and wow, it looked painful. It did look painful. It didn't look like she bumped that well, but she got up. That was the main spot. There was a lot of bitching going on in the ring, a lot of this, and I'm like, is this really necessary? Come on, just wrestle. And it just weren't great. There's this problem with Nia Jax and the way she gets booked. Like, you know, they advertise like she's like the, you know, because she's a plus size girl. Oh, she's a beast, she's a monster, she can't be beaten. Yet she constantly looks the weakest in every big time match she's in. And that's a problem. If she's that much of a beast, how has she not won the title yet? And why has she never come close to winning the title yet? Book Nia Jax properly. She's great at what she does. Don't underutilize her. Come on. You know. I gave that 2 out of 5. Sorry. Next was Roman Reigns versus John Cena. On paper, obviously on paper, amazing. In the ring, terrible. You've got the guy that's been hated for the past 10 years versus the guy that's going to be hated for the next 10 years. Not a good match. when Cena came to the ring, some boos, a few cheers. When Reigns came to the ring, all boos. All boos. There was a guy in the audience that made a sign that says, if Cena loses, we riot. And Cena pointed out, because it looks like the same sign that was at ECW One Night Stand 06. So that was a good throwback. This match really annoyed me because John Cena was made to look so weak. From the offset, when as soon as Roman Reigns hit Cena, Cena oversold it. Oversold it to shit. And he looked comical doing it as well. The crowd hated Roman. Just Roman looked overpowered. Cena looked really weak. But whenever Cena did get an offensive move in, he played to the crowd a lot. Like, obviously Cena's overselling. He's like, oh, and then he'd get a move in, and he's like he's a schizo. What is that about? He's just smiling, and he's got these pearly white teeth, and he's like, look at the crowd, like, really? Come on, man. What's going on with you? You've been like the most dominant force in the WWE for like the past, right? He started, he debuted in 02, it's 07, like 16 years. Like, you don't need to do that. And, Cena gave Roman 4 attitude adjustments, and one of them was off the top rope, and Roman didn't stay down. And then the finish just came out of nowhere. It literally just came out of nowhere. Just like Roman gave a Superman punch, and then a spear, 1, 2, 3, and I'm like, where? What is that about? And obviously, the whole respect thing happened. Like, Cena's like, yeah, you're the guy. Roman goes to the back, and then Cena's just in the ring, and he's just sitting there, and he's just like looking around, and then he gets up, and he bows, and he salutes, and he waves, and it's like, what's just going on here? Did Cena just retire? At No Mercy? What is that about? Just odd. Odd is what it is. And I've gave that 2 out of 5. Sorry, 2 out of 5. The next match... wow. The next match was Neville versus Enzo Amore for the Cruiserweight Championship. Yeah. Right. First off, Neville came out first. The champion came out first to Enzo Amore. Enzo Amore comes out. Takes the piss out of Neville. Now, Neville is my countryman, right? That's not on. Not on. Okay? And then Neville comes down, and Neville had the offense in the entire match. Enzo hit like 2 moves the entire match, right? Now, Neville's the heel. Enzo's the face, right? Neville used... No, not Neville. Enzo used dirty track tricks. Enzo used the belt to distract the referee, low-blowed Neville, and rolled him up for the pin. Enzo Amore is your new WWE Cruiserweight Champion. Let that sink in. Enzo Amore is your new WWE Cruiserweight Champion. The face of the Cruiserweight division is Enzo Amore. Guys like Neville, Rich Swann, Akira Tozawa, Noam Dar, Jack Gallagher now have to look up to Enzo Amore. What is going on with your booking, WWE? Right, you split up the tag team of Big Cass and Enzo to push Big Cass to the title, a singles title, You bury Enzo ever since that moment, and then decide to make him the face of the Cruiserweight division. If I was Neville, I would hand in my resignation. That is a lack of respect to the man who has held that Cruiserweight title nearly since day one. The man that is the face of the division. The man who is outrightly so the best in the division. What is going on? 1 out of 5. 1 out of 5 because it was a terrible match, terrible decision, and just piss poor. Piss poor. Piss poor. Now we go on to your main event. Brock Lesnar versus Braun Strowman for the WWE Universal Championship. On paper. Yeah. On paper. Yeah. Great package at the start. Paul Heyman talking about Brock Lesnar in 2002. Yeah, Brock Lesnar was pretty good in 2002. Did a lot of good things in 2002. But hasn't done a lot since. Braun Strowman deserved the title. Then again, saying that, Samoa Joe deserved the title. A lot of people have deserved that title since Brock Lesnar has held it. I'll tell you who hasn't deserved the title since Brock Lesnar has held it. Brock Lesnar. The man's barely there. The man cannot perform. The man gets blown up within 5 minutes. The man has 3 moves in his arsenal. The man is boring. And he's looking to... I'm going to say he looks a bit out of shape. He looked a bit out of shape. He looked a bit flabby. He looked tired. Really tired. It was shit. It was shit. It was shit. No spots. Openly called stuff in the ring. Didn't even care. Finish just came out of nowhere. Brock Lesnar... What did Brock Lesnar even do? Was it 1 F5? 1 F5 and he got the 3 count. No one likes you, Brock. Go away. Go away. I gave this 1 out of 5. And that is it. Terrible. Absolutely terrible match. That main evented. So, Jordan Miz, amazing. Balor Wyatt, amazing. Shield, Cesaro, Sheamus, amazing. Rest of the card, absolute dire shit. Shit. Just, your main eventers, mate, are just, get rid of them. Get rid of Brock, get rid of Roman. No one likes them. At all. Do it. Come on. Yeah. So that's my review of No Mercy. Raw tonight is going to be interesting. Is Cena going to come out tonight? Is he going to announce his retirement? What's the next challenge for Brock Lesnar? I say challenge. Who's going to be fed next to Brock Lesnar? Let's be honest. What next for Jason Jordan in the Kurt Angle angle? Kurt Angle. Hey, Angle. 2 angles? 2 angles. Proper bow, actually. We'll never know. Okay, so that's it for No Mercy. Hope you enjoyed the review. Next segment is going to be New Japan Pro Wrestling, Destruction in Kobe. Let's see what's cracking, shall we? Oh yeah, before I forget, one more thing to add to the No Mercy thing. Who the fuck is Vic Joseph? No idea who this man is. No clue. Vic Joseph. I'd rather Funaki. No, that's a lie. That's a lie. I'd rather Yoshi Tatsu on commentary than Vic Joseph. What kind of name is Vic Joseph? Seriously. It's 2 first names. Okay. Hey guys, so we're here for segment 2 of W3. W-Try? I'm still working on the name. And we are going to be looking at New Japan's event for the weekend, Destruction in Kobe, which ties off the Destruction Tour, leading into King of Pro Wrestling in 2 weeks' time. This was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 match card. Yeah, it was a 9 match card. So a lot more matches to No Mercy. But let's get into it, shall we? Our first match tonight was Hiroyoshi Tenzai and Kawata versus Oka and Kitamana. Something along the lines. So it's 3 young lions and a vet in a tag match. Not great. Bit poor, but again, you got 1 vet and you got 3 young lions who are just trying to make a name for themselves. So nothing really went on here. Tenzai did most of the work in this match. Well, actually, he did all the work in this match. So 1 out of 5. Next, we had Suzuki Gun versus Taguchi Japan. Pretty forgettable. Nothing great happened in this match either. It's literally just faction on faction, but nothing really happened. Good spot from Ricochet, jump over the top rope. Tai Chi with his mallet trick, trying to anally invade Taguchi, was quite funny. But again, it was a forgettable match, so I went with 2 out of 5 on that one. Next, we had Bad Luck Fale and Chase Owens versus Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi. This is the 3rd time in this tour now we've had this match, I think. And again, it was the right match, wasn't special. Chase Owens keeps on improving and keeps on impressing me, so definitely one to look out for. I mean, does Chase Owens even wrestle anywhere else? Don't even know who this guy is. I'm a bit gutted about Hiroki Goto and his place on the card. He only just recently lost the Never Openweight title like a couple months back, and he has so much talent and it's unreal, and I'm really gutted for him right now. And obviously Yoshihashi being Yoshihashi. But yeah, not a great match, very forgettable. 2 out of 5. Next, we had Trent Beretta versus Yujiro Takahashi. Going into this match, I had high hopes because this is Trent Beretta's first match as a heavyweight competitor. And at the last Destruction show, Yujiro called him out, and I thought, yeah, you know, this is going to be a great match. Yujiro's going to dominate. Trent's going to come back to the underdog thing, as you do. And that's generally how it went. But it was so slow. Such a slow match. It's like nothing was happening. It literally picked up pace in the last 2 minutes. And Trent did get the victory, proving Yujiro wrong. But let's be honest, the highlight of the match is just generally looking at Pitta and her, I don't know, what kind of name is that? And just her in her attire, because she's amazing, let's be honest. I gave that 2 out of 5 as well. From this point onwards, this is where it gets good. So, No Mercy was like, the first half was amazing, second half was dire. This show, the first half was dire, the second half was amazing. Next on the card, we had Killer Elite Squad versus the Guerrillas of Destiny versus War Machine. Now, again, this is the 3rd match in the series, obviously because there was 3 Destruction events, so this 3rd match in the series. War Machine have won the previous 2, coming into this as the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Champions. And this was a great match. War Machine came out, they went into the crowd and said, no, look, this is a tornado tag, come out here and fight. We're going to prove everyone wrong. We're going to prove that we are the best in the world, world domination, everything they've been preaching. So the fight was outside. The majority of the fight was actually outside the ring. And it was great. It was fast-paced. It was amazing. It was War Machine, amazing. Killer Elite Squad, amazing. Guerrillas of Destiny did nothing at all in this match. They are just so out of place. It's unreal. And to think that, I think they are the longest reigning IWGP heavyweight tag champs in the world. It's quite odd that they are in this match and they just don't look threatening at all. It was a great match. It was a war, even, you know. War Machine, I'd say, are arguably the best tag team in the world. Obviously, the Young Bucks are the other team I'd argue against who being the best in the world they are. But War Machine is just dominant in everything they do, and they're just great guys. I think the Killer Elite Squad are fully deserving of the titles. Obviously, kind of coming back to New Japan in January, and then Lance Archer getting injured straight away, and then recently coming back, fully deserving of the win. I'm very happy that they are the new tag champs, and I gave that 4 out of 5. Next match was Hiromu Tanahashi and Michael Elgin versus David Finlay and Kota Ibushi. Now, we all know that Kota Ibushi is next in line to challenge for the Intercontinental Championship. So this is what this match is really down to, was their build. It's obviously the odd guy out here is David Finlay. The guy has prospects, and you know, he does really good things in the ring, but he doesn't get that push. I mean, you know, being the son of the late, he's not dead, the great Fit Finlay, you'd think he'd get a bit more respect than this, but no, I really like his stuff. Obviously, this was a great match because, you know, you got Tanahashi, who's amazing, Elgin's amazing, and Kota Ibushi, who is just insane. It was really fast paced, and I think it was a bit short. I thought it was a bit short, but it was still a great match nonetheless, and I gave that 3 out of 5. Next match was Chaos versus Los Ingobernables de Japón. So what was it? It was Tomohiro Ishii, Toriano and Rocky Romero versus Tatsuya Naito, Sanada and Bushi. This, again, I think this is the third match in this series as well. They literally, it's the same match during the tour. It's odd. And obviously this is building towards their match at King of Pro Wrestling again, where it's Ishii versus Naito for the IWGP main event at the Tokyo Dome. And so throughout this match, Naito did not want to face Ishii because he knows that Ishii is one badass. So, you know, Toriano was in the ring doing his Toriano antics, which I love. Sanada was getting pissed off by this, and of course everyone knows what happened in the G1 tournament between Tori and Sanada, and it was kind of a repeat like that. Of course, Sanada wrapped Toriano up in a ball and just rolled him around a bit. Bushi's just a guy that's there. He's the fall guy for LIJ, but I think he got the pin in this match, if I can remember. I'm not entirely sure, but again, it was a really fast paced. No, it's like Ishii got the pin. Sorry, I just yawned there. It's really tight. It's like 10:45 now. And there goes the car. Naito goes into King of Pro Wrestling now with a loss. So obviously I believe Naito is going to win his match at King of Pro Wrestling against Ishii. But again, it was a really great match and it's 3 out of 5. The next match is Okada and Will Ospreay, my boy, versus Evil and Hiromu Takahashi. Obviously, we know again going into King of Pro Wrestling that it is Okada versus Evil for the heavyweight title, and I think it's Takahashi versus Ospreay for #1 contendership, or it's Takahashi versus Ospreay versus Kushida for the junior heavyweight title. I'm not too entirely sure about that, but they're feuding regardless, and you know their bants on Twitter is just stupidly funny right now. This again was a great match, fueling obviously the King of Pro Wrestling match, and you know just seeing my boy Will Ospreay, because Will Ospreay's just like, he's gone down a bit in New Japan recently. He's not always on the card, and when he is on the card, he's been doing this cat thing, which is weird. But he didn't do the cat thing this time. It was the aerial assassin that we all know and love. And there was false finishes, there was finishes everywhere, there was, you know, saves. Takahashi was fighting Ospreay, Okada was fighting Evil outside. It was a bit chaotic, but it was a really fun match. Really enjoyed it. I'm actually really looking forward to King of Pro Wrestling. And I gave that, again, 3 out of 5. It was a good, solid match. Next was the main event, which was Kenny Omega versus Juice Robinson formerly known as CJ Parker to you and me, for the the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship. Fuck me. Fuck me. What a match. What a match. This was Kenny's first match. He's come back from injury, and this was his first title defense since being crowned the inaugural United States champion. Wow. Obviously, you know, we all know New Japan's been high on Juice Robinson for ages now. You know, giving him these high-profile, you know, opponents. Him not always winning, but always looking really strong coming out of it. And this, you know, he really gave a good showing in the G1. And now he's got this opportunity, and he delivered. He really, really delivered. I mean, like, he obviously with Kenny with his injury, his knee injury, that's what Robinson was going for. They were going for the injury angle, and you know that's fine. I expected that, you know, but it was like, wow, you know, Juice Robinson was getting moves in left, right, and center. Kenny Omega was coming back. The V triggers that were being hit, everything Kenny Omega was hitting looked lethal, and it looked painful, and it was sharp and fast. Wow. And it was just like so many false finishes, and the crowd are really into it. And man, like Juice hit a Pulp Fiction on Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega kicked out, and this is the first time ever that someone has kicked out of the Pulp Fiction, and that is amazing. And you know, wow. I mean, there was a lot of spots in this match, but one spot for me, I think, was that really made me go, whoa, was Kenny Omega giving a superplex to Juice Robinson from on top of the apron to the floor outside the ring. That looked painful. And man, Juice Robinson is definitely risen to the high ranks of New Japan, and is so deserving of a belt, like a singles belt, not a tag belt. But of course, it's just so many guys up there in the high echelon of New Japan that it's so hard now to get a belt. But wow, I actually and this is the first time that Kenny Omega actually done a one-winged angel off the top rope to Juice Robinson, and I gave this 5 out of 5. 5-star match. It passed the 30-minute mark. Kenny's only done that with Okada this year, I think. I could be wrong. But yeah, no, this is up there with, I mean, obviously Okada was like better, because nothing beats Omega Okada. But this is like, you know, in the 5s, man. It's a great match. Fantastic match. And I implore everyone to go and watch it. Yeah, I mean, obviously after the show, during the press conference, Yoshihashi, irrelevant as anything, comes out and challenges Kenny Omega to a title shot. Okay. Yoshihashi. Why? Yeah. If I was going to compare these two cards, No Mercy to Destruction and Kobe, I'd say as a whole, it's hard, man. I think I enjoyed No Mercy slightly more, like ever so slightly more. But that main event, that New Japan main event is just like winning. It's like my #1 match out of the two cards thus far. And yeah, that's it really. That's my review of New Japan's Destruction in Kobe, leading into King of Pro Wrestling in 2 weeks' time. So that's segment 2 of W3 done. I'll be watching Ring of Honor, Death Before Dishonor tomorrow night, and we'll be doing a review then. Okay, catch you later, guys. Hey guys, so I'm back, and this is segment 3, and it's the last pay-per-view of the week, the weekend Wrestle Wars, and that is Ring of Honor's Death Before Dishonor, which was the first pay-per-view on the weekend, but I'm doing it last because why not? Right, so just to crack on with it, the opening match was the New Kingdom versus the Briscoe Brothers and Bully Ray. I had high hopes this match, and it delivered. I really don't like the New Kingdom, because obviously the original Kingdom was Adam Cole, baby, Mike Bennett with Maria, and Matt Taven. We all know where the two best guys from that team are right now. So that just leaves Matt Taven with two guys I don't even know. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of New Kingdom, but you know what? They really grew on me in this match. They're really talented, and they really mesh well as a tag team. But they're very impressive. Really good back and forth action. The Kingdom were in control for the majority of the match, and I'm like, really, against the Briscoes and Bully Ray, really. But in the end, the Briscoes and Bully Ray won. This was for the #1 contendership to the 6-man tag titles, which they did face for later on the night, which we'll get to. But you know, it was a solid opener, and I was very impressed, and I gave it a 3 out of 5. Next match on the card was Chuck Taylor and our hometown hero, Marty Scurll. Now, I haven't really seen a lot of Chuck Taylor. I believe he's still the current PWG champion, beating Zack Sabre Jr. for the title. So I haven't really seen a lot of Chuck Taylor to give an honest opinion. So this will be the first time I've seen him. And you know what? He's pretty decent. He's very innovative with his moveset. And it was really, really, really good to see something like, I don't say new, because I know he's been around for a while. I didn't know he signed for Ring of Honor though, so that was interesting. It was a really well-paced match. I would say this was the most well-paced match on the entire card. The spots were there. They were well placed, and you know, they were close and far between. They were just really well set out. I've never been the biggest Marty Scurll fan. I mean, I'll support the guy, obviously he's English, and you know, he was Progress champion, and you know, it's a name that Progress have built. But I'm happy for him that you know, he's getting a push in that. And this was a really good match, but second match on the card, you know, he's in that mid card opener position. I really want Marty to get pushed for the main scene. You know, nothing great happened in the match, but again, it was a solid match, so I gave it 3 out of 5. Next was Punisher Martinez versus the Young Lion Jay White. Now, again, both of these guys, I haven't watched a lot of, but whenever I've seen them, I think they've been a bit green, especially Jay White. And, you know, I just haven't seen a lot of them. But again, they delivered in this match. This was a Las Vegas street fight. And, you know, obviously there was a lot of weapons. And, man, again, it delivered. I mean, there was really great spots in this match. Jay White obviously diving because he's a bit of a high flyer. See, there's this little thing about Jay White that doesn't get me. You trained in the New Japan Dojo. Doesn't wrestle for New Japan. Wrestles for Ring of Honor. I think he trained in Bad Luck Fale's dojo. I might be correct on that one. But this is just a great match. There's weapons everywhere. Bit of blood. There was this one spot towards the end where you know the spot where you set up 4 chairs and then you get body slammed through the chairs, and then the chairs, you know, they break and they collapse and you go through them. Punisher Martinez set up the chairs and then put a flat chair along the chairs so the chairs wouldn't collapse. So the chairs would be supported so they wouldn't collapse, and he would take the full force of the chair. Jay White took the full force of being body slammed through hard chairs. Wow. I've got to say, I think Punisher Martinez is ready for maybe a push towards the TV title. Jay White, not so much. Jay White's still green to me. But he is very entertaining. Yeah, no, yeah, and I gave that again 3 out of 5. So you got a 3 out of 5. This is a very consistent card. Next we had the 6-man tag title match, which was obviously the Briscoe brothers and Bully Ray versus the Young Bucks and Hangman Page. Obviously, going into this match, if you are a fan of Being the Elite, you'll understand that Hangman Page disappeared. And so, again, this is like really interesting because obviously the Young Bucks and, you know, the Bullet Club and, you know, with Being the Elite have now, they've actually got some role within creative at ROH where they are allowed to manipulate some storylines to coincide with Being the Elite, and that's really, really interesting. See, not a lot happened in this match. Not a lot at all. This match lasted, I think, 5-6 minutes. It wasn't great. Obviously, Young Bucks came out having to defend the 6-man tag titles without Hangman Page because he's disappeared. The bell rang, and Hangman Page just shows up out of nowhere, not in wrestling gear, duct taped. And instead of like the Young Bucks taking the duct tape off, Page just decides to wrestle with the duct tape. And so Bully and the Briscoes are just getting actually beaten up by Hangman Page, who is taped up in civilian clothing. Make them look weak. Which is great. And then everyone was outside in the ring, in the corner, and then Hangman Page, while still duct taped up, like he's like this, duct taped up, goes to the ring, the top turnbuckle, and moonsaults off the top whilst duct taped onto the floor, onto everybody. Amazing. Obviously there's super kicks galore. Then the Briscoes and Bully Ray start coming back. Bully gets a table, and Jay Briscoe decides to turn heel on Bully Ray, his own teammate, and it's strange. And so the Young Bucks won via DQ. Bully and Briscoe's won via DQ, but obviously titles don't change hands via disqualification. It was weird. It's like, why, you know, you've just won a 6-man tag #1 contenders match, and then you're in that match, and then you decide you don't like your teammate no more to win that title, and then you just tell them why. This makes no sense. But yeah, we found Hangman Page. And that's the important part. We found Hangman Page. Again, not a lot happened in this match. It was a very short match, but it's just the fact that, you know, the story going in this with Hangman Page, and it delivered. Again, it delivered. 3 out of 5. Next, we had Kenny King versus Kushida, and this was for the ROH TV title. I really like the story going into this, that Kenny King has never won a singles belt in his, I think he said, 13-year Ring of Honor career, and that's amazing. Because obviously Kenny King being one of the main stables of Ring of Honor, I think he was one of the originals, and he's always been there. He's a really good talent, really good high flyer, knows his craft, and you know, that's just shocking to know. So obviously I'm a massive fan of Kushida. Apart from when he faces Will Ospreay, who he's never lost to, really winds me up. And it was an amazing match. It had the right amount of spots. It was well paced. If there was an equation for the, you know, perfect amount of spots for a match and, you know, timed out, this would be that match, because it was amazing. Kenny King had his daughter at ringside. And obviously he is the hometown hero because it was in Las Vegas, so automatically think, oh, he's going to win the title. And then Kushida goes to his corner. Oh, it's his mum. Kushida's mum was at ringside. Dude, get a girlfriend. Come on. There were some spots in this where I'm just like, oh wow, especially when Kushida threw Kenny King into the barrier in the corner where King's daughter is, and Kushida just like stares at King's daughter and just like, oh, I'm so sorry, and bows to her, and she's like, oh, it's fine, go ahead, it's wrestling. It's like, oh wow. Um, and yeah, this was a really good match, and I really enjoyed it. Kenny King won in the end, and I'm very happy for Kenny King, well deserving. What next, obviously, for Kenny King? Who's he going to defend it against? Is he going to keep it for a while? What next for Kushida? Obviously, he's still the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, and he has to defend that against, I think, either Will Ospreay, and Hiromu Takahashi, or one of them, or both of them, in 2 weeks at King of Pro Wrestling. So it's going to be a very good match. Hopefully, Will Ospreay finally gets the belt. Hopefully. But back to this. And I actually gave this match 4 out of 5 because it was really good. Next, we had Silas Young versus Jay Lethal. And again, the story going into this was really good. You know, the story going into this is that Jay Lethal is the golden boy of ROH. He gets the opportunities. He just gets handed title shot after title shot. And Silas Young is there, and he's performing, and he's delivering, and he doesn't get anything. So it's a case of jealousy at this one. And you know what? It was a really good story going in, and then it really delivered again. It's such a good match. This was a last man standing match. It was really fast paced. There was blood. There was the Beer City Bruiser came in, and they tried to do the table spot again from what they did before. Table on the outside the ring, Lethal on top. Beer City Bruiser, who is a massive man, top turnbuckle onto him. Luckily, Jay Lethal moved out the way this time. Beer City Bruiser goes through the table. Ouch. But there was just an amazing match. Especially the belt. Silas Young went and got a belt to whip Jay Lethal. Wow. Jay Lethal managed to get the belt and whip Silas Young. The welts on this man's back, the marks on this man's back is absolutely agonizing. Oh man, it was just an insane match. The match ended with the pair of them on top of a ladder, and the ladder being tipped over. And Silas Young won in the end. So again, I hope Silas Young gets a title shot purely from that match, because he's very deserving of it. He's a very good guy, very talented, always delivers in my opinion. And the fact that, you know, Kevin Steen put him over in his last match really helps that. And again, I gave this 4 out of 5. The next match were the Young Bucks versus the Motor City Machine Guns for the Ring of Honor Tag Team titles. It's the Young Bucks and it's the Motor City Machine Guns. Need I say more than that, really? I mean, come on. Obviously, it's a very high spot match, very fast paced. Young Bucks' second match of the night. So they're feeling a bit fatigued at the moment. You know, it was always going to be good. I don't understand why the Addiction had to get involved in this match. Maybe because they are literally the only other tag team in Ring of Honor. But yeah, but they came in and they were beating everyone up. What was really good is that Motor City and Young Bucks teamed up to do an Indie Taker on the Addiction, which of course is a Young Bucks signature move, which is amazing. And again, this is another surprising fact that the Motor City Machine Guns have never held the Ring of Honor tag titles, and it's literally the last tag titles they need to actually have every company's tag titles that they've worked for. That's a very interesting fact. And they actually did win the tag titles. And I'm very happy for them, because obviously they deserve it. They're at an age now where, you know, they've been around for a while. So maybe this is their swan song, maybe it isn't, I don't know. But man, very good. Very happy for them to be tag champs. Very happy. And again, I gave this 4 out of 5. Next on the card was the main event, Cody Rhodes versus Minoru Suzuki for the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship. Now, on paper, this is supposed to be an amazing match. Like, when I saw the main event, like, that's going to be absolutely fucking amazing. It didn't deliver. It did not deliver at all. It was slow. It was bad. I mean, Cody Rhodes obviously came out, giving it the big end on the Ring of Honor, you know, with the ring, and he had everyone kissing it. Brandy Rhodes, by the way. Brandy Rhodes. Nice. And Cody was just, he was running away from Minoru a lot in this match. And he kept on running outside the ring. And he actually used Brandy as a human shield at one point. It's like, really? Come on. And yeah, no, it wasn't a back and forth match. It wasn't good. It wasn't great. Minoru had Cody banged to rights with winning this. Like, he got him in quite a few submissions. Literally, the only thing Cody Rhodes actually did was just pull out a lucky crossroads, and that was it. This isn't the Minoru Suzuki that we know from New Japan. That guy is an absolute beast of a guy. This guy, no idea who this guy that showed up is at Ring of Honor. No idea who this guy is at all. So, yeah, no, I was very, very disappointed in the main event. And I actually had to give it a 2 out of 5. Yeah, and that sucks. It really does suck. A really poor match. Really poor match. Yeah. So, yeah, no, that's the Ring of Honor card. That's the Ring of Honor event. Pay-per-view review. And as you can probably tell, it's a very consistent card. Every match performed to a very good standard, bar the main event, which was piss poor. Now I've just got to come to the decision who won the pay-per-view war at the weekend. My top 5 matches from all 3 pay-per-views. And see where we go from there. So I'm going to need to study this a bit. Okay, so after due consideration, I'm going to pick my top 5 matches, and then I'm going to pick who won the weekend war. At number 5, I'm going to go with... I'm going to go with Kenny King versus Kushida at number 5. Great match. At number 4, I'm going to go with... Number 4, I'm going to go with the Bucks versus Motor City Machine Guns. Number 4. It's really hard to pick. At number 3, I'm going to go with Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt. Because that was a great match. At number 2, I'm going to go with... Silas Young versus Jay Lethal. Yeah. And at number 1, I'm going to go with Kenny Omega versus Juice Robinson for the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship. That match was the match of the weekend. It was my only 5-star match of the weekend. It delivered on everything. Absolutely everything. And, you know, it was just a solid, amazing match. So those are my top 5 matches. If I got to pick the pay-per-view that won the weekend, it's got to be Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor was the most consistent card at the entire weekend. Obviously, WWE, the first half was amazing. The second half was dire. New Japan, the first half was dire. The second half was amazing. Ring of Honor was just consistently good, bar the main event. So Ring of Honor, Death Before Dishonor was my pick of who won the weekend wars. So I really suggest you go watch. Well, go watch all of them. Make your own decision. But if you're going to watch a pay-per-view from last weekend, watch Ring of Honor. And if you're just going to pick one match from last weekend, pick Kenny Omega versus Juice Robinson. If you think differently, please leave a comment below. I don't know next time any pay-per-views are on at the same time. But when they are, I'll definitely have another W3. W-try. Whatever we're calling this, I don't know. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment. Please subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. And catch you on the flip side. Ring of Honor, baby. Damn straight.